Welcome, everyone. Just take a moment to find a seat, and you can just bring one hand on top of the other over your heart. And just take a moment just to be present with your heart, what you're feeling. As you're tuning into your heart, you can feel its beat against your hands. And just notice the rhythm of your heart. Is it feeling a little excited today? As mine feels a little bit fast? Or is it feeling slow and steady? And as you relax your belly, let your breath just wash down over your heart, all the way into the belly. And feeling the breath just returning. Again, just gently massaging the heart, the breath. Perhaps you can tune into the image of the sacred heart, a heart that is aflame, that has been tenderized by the divine through our experiences, through what we are witnessing in our world and what is happening to people all around us. And feel all the dimensions of your heart. Oftentimes we just think about the front of the heart, but maybe over the next few breaths, feel the breath wash over the back of your heart, the sides of your heart, top and the bottom. And allow the exhale to empty completely. And then on your breath in, just let the arms come out nice and wide. Feel not only the expansion of your heart through the front, but feel it expand in your sides underneath your armpits. And then exhale, just let the hands come back to the heart. So as you breathe in, just opening wide as if you're about to hug somebody. And as you exhale, just letting the hands come back over the heart. Do that one more time. Breath in, just letting the arms open wide without too much arching in the lower back. And then exhale, hands to the heart. And we'll take an inhale, reach the arms out and up. Let the palms come together and just bowing in prayer to your heart. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, hands together, just coming down through the center. And just see if you can slow down the movement a little bit, taking a fuller breath. And gently opening your eyes if you haven't already, and we'll come on to hands and knees. So once you are settled on hands and knees with the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, just draw the shoulders away from the ears. And again, just feel into all sides of the heart as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, rounding the spine, feel the back of the heart opening towards the ceiling. Inhale, just relaxing, shoulders coming out of the ears. Belly opening. Exhale. Feel the back of the heart opening towards the ceiling, the head releasing, bowing to the heart. Inhale, opening. We'll coil in one more time. Exhale. Feel the openness across the back of the heart. And then shoulders coming out of the ears as you breathe in. Feel the sit bones gently press towards your arms. And feel your weight shift over to your left hand. Reach the right arm out to the side and up for the ceiling. Exhale, reaching underneath the left armpit. Then breathing in, reaching out and up. Breathing out, reaching under. We'll spiral open one more time. Breath in. And breath out, reaching under. Let the shoulder come down and the head can rest. Press down with the left hand and feel your right sit bone press towards your heart. Just feeling in again to the dimensions of the heart. Feeling the right side of the heart being open as the left side is being gently massaged. And press down with the left hand to come back up. You can reach out one more time with the right hand. Then let it settle to the mat. Reaching out and up with the left hand. Feel the spiral open. Exhale, scooping under. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, scooping under. And one more time to open. Feel the reach. Exhale, coiling under. Let the shoulder rest down, the head comes down. Pressing with the right hand. And if you feel your feet turning to the right, just feel the left sit bone press towards your left shoulder a little bit, and that should bring the feet more parallel to the sides of the mat. Invite the neck to relax and feel into the left side of the heart. And you might notice you're tighter on one side than the other. Just honor that, breathe with that. Pushing down with the right hand, we'll spiral open. And then letting both hands come to the mat. Walk the hands towards the upper corners of the mat, keeping the hips over the knees if you can. Maybe rest the head on the floor or maybe the chin. Just feel into what feels good for you. The mic's in the way for me to do the chin, so I'll do the head. Keeping the shins parallel to the sides of the mat, and gently press your armpits down towards the mat and back towards your hips. Feeling the sit bones hugging in towards your armpits. And you can do a little pulsation here as you relax and breathe in, let the belly open. The heart might move a little closer to the floor. And as you breathe out, press into the palms, press the armpits down, press the sit bones under. And inhale, just feel yourself opening a little bit more. Just going easy. One more time, pressing the armpits back towards the knees. And then letting that relax. Take your time, we'll slide the hands back. Coming on to all fours, and then into downward facing dog. Once you're here in your down dog, you can just walk in place, enjoying a stretch through the back body, all the way down into the bottoms of the feet. Feeling yourself rooting through your toes. The head bowing to the heart. And the armpits gently pressing back towards your legs. Let the feet walk to your hands. Bend the knees. Let the sit bones drop down. Take your time. Slowly roll up to standing. Beautiful. Then we'll let the big toes come to touching with the heels slightly apart. The knees are a little bit soft. The arms come out to the side and up as you breathe in. Maybe the fingertips come together overhead, or maybe palms. Pressing the armpits forward, sit bones under, and breathe into the heart. Let the throat come forward and the chin lift. And exhale, bend the knees. Take a forward fold. Letting the fingertips come next to your heels. Shift to your right foot. Let the left leg lift. And gently stepping back to a low lunge, lift the chest as you sink into the hips. Then plant the hands. Right foot steps back to meet the left. Maybe come to the knees this first round, tucking the sit bones forward and lowering all the way to the belly. We'll bring the elbows to the floor above the head, and it's like you're knocking on a door. You curl your fingers in to make a fist and bend the wrists. Push the elbows into the floor, push the armpits back towards your pelvis, and the pubic bone presses down into the mat. Let the throat come forward, the chin lift. Then slide the hands next to the ribs. You can either come onto the knees or into a plank, and then into downward facing dog. Just releasing the neck. And then walking the feet to the hands, nice and easy. Big toes come to touch. Let the knees bend, and let the arms come out to the side as you float up. Again, the hands come overhead. Maybe the fingertips or the palms touch. Armpits press forward. Sit bones tuck forward and under. And then the throat comes forward, chin lifts. Relax the eyebrows. Taking the fold, exhale. Fingertips next to the heels. Shifting weight to the left leg to free up the right leg. Big step back. Let the hips sink, the heart lift. Relax the face. Then left foot will step back to meet right. Either staying in your plank or coming to the knees. Sit bones tucking under, shoulders shifting over the fingers as you come down. And again, trying this version of cobra with the elbows on the floor, and you're knocking on the door. Armpits press down and back towards the hips. Pubic bone presses into the floor, feet press into the floor. And relax the face. Hands come next to the ribs. Going to the knees or to your plank. Little tuck under with the sit bones. Taking it into downward facing dog. Heels sink towards the earth, the head releases. And then walking feet to hands. Big toes touch, taking the arms out to the side, rising up. And this time as the hands make their way towards each other, and the armpits press forward and slightly down, just feel the knees bend, so you come into chair pose. Sit bones continue to tuck under. Front ribs hug together so you're not overarching the back. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Relax the face. Taking a forward fold with the exhale. And we'll come into flat back, so hands might be on your shins or fingertips might be to the floor. Let the sit bones drop down and under to help you lengthen the spine. Planting the hands, your choice whether you step back to a high plank or float back to a low chaturanga. Sit bones tuck forward and under, lowering towards the mat. And maybe you come into cobra, or maybe you come into upward facing dog. If you're choosing up dog, make sure you're tucking the sit bones under, lengthening the lower back. Active in your feet, active in your hands. You're not just sagging, but you're really strong and open through the front body. Exhale to downward facing dog. Releasing the neck and the jaw. Now we'll take the right leg up and back. Let the toes spread apart. Bring your knee towards your nose, shifting your weight forward and stepping the foot through. We'll take the left heel down so the arch lines up with the right heel, and reach the left arm forward and let that bring you up to standing. We'll come into warrior two with the palms facing the floor. Imagine your heart energy is just radiating out through your fingertips. Breathe here. And then on the inhale, we'll turn the right palm up, taking it to reverse warrior. So maybe just reaching down with the left hand or letting that hand rest on the thigh. If you're able to come to the calf without coming into a back bend. Feel this more as a side bend. Let that right knee spiral open. And then exhale, fold to the right. Maybe the right elbow just comes to the top of the thigh. Or maybe the fingertips move closer to the floor. Let the left palm face the floor. Trace the horizon coming up over your head. Look down at the right foot. Curl all the fingers in. Draw the elbow back, creating this W shape or V shape with the arm. And then spiral in front with the sit bones pressed towards the left side of the mat. Fingers curl in, drawing that elbow back. We'll swing around one more time. Breath in. And breath out. Then let both hands frame the right foot. It steps back to meet the left. Moving through chaturanga. Opening to your back bend without collapsing in the lower back. So feel the sit bones tuck under. Feel the heart radiating in all directions. Chin tucks to help the hips lift. Coming into your down dog. Releasing the neck and the jaw. Feel the sit bones and the armpits press towards each other. Then take the left leg up and back. Let the toes spread apart. Knee draws towards your nose, shifting your weight forward to step through. Right foot comes down, arch align with the left heel. Keep feeling the left thigh spiral open. Right hand reaches forward to sweep you up to warrior two. Extending your heart energy through your fingertips. Maybe opening that left knee just a little more by feeling that sit bone roll under. Then turn left palm up, reverse warrior. Inhale. Making sure that back knee doesn't sag. Press into the outer edge of that heel like you're pushing the mat apart with your feet. Exhale, fold to the left. Maybe elbow on top of the leg or arm on the inside. Right palm faces the floor. Inhale, reaching overhead. Curl the fingers in. Draw the elbow back. Inhale, circling around. Exhale, drawing back. One more time. Inhale. Breathe into the belly. Exhale, pulling back. Both hands come to frame the left foot. It steps back to meet the right. Sit bones tuck under and forward to help you come through your chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. And just feeling the heels sink towards the earth, the sit bones and the armpits press towards each other. We'll move around the mat in a mandala now with that sequence we just did. So taking that right leg up, inhale. Knee to nose, stepping forward. Left foot coming down, arch align with the right heel. Spiral the right sit bone towards the left side of the mat. And then let the left arm sweep forward and up, coming into your warrior two. Pushing the mat apart with your feet. Right palm turns up, reverse warrior. Can either look down at the left foot or up towards the ceiling. Folding to the right, keep that knee spiraling open. Tracing the horizon with the left arm. Just going to do one of these pulling down. So curl the fingers in, draw the elbow towards the waist. Now reach back with the left hand, let that bring you up. Turn the feet parallel, then heels turn towards each other. And we'll sink down into a squat. Hands come together. Inhale, just trace the line of your spine. Dropping the sit bones, ribs hug together. And as you open out, come to warrior two. So right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Feeling that left sit bone spiraling to the right side of the mat. And then turning left palm up, reverse your warrior. Again, you can either look down at the right foot or up to the ceiling underneath the left armpit. Folding to the left. Take your time. Right palm faces the floor, just tracing the horizon. Bringing that arm overhead. Maybe sinking into the left knee a little more and draw the elbow back. And this time we'll frame the left foot. Left foot meets right. Sit bones tuck under and forward to stabilize you as you come down. Inhale, as you open to your back bend, press into the feet. Feel the quads active if you're in up dog. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog, heels sinking towards the earth. Looking at the navel, feel the armpits, sit bones hug towards each other. So we're going to do the same thing, same side. So right leg lifts. Knee to nose, stepping forward. Left foot rooting that arch align with right heel. Left arm sweeps you up. Feel the energy of the heart radiating through your fingertips, that warrior heart energy. And then the right palm turns up, floating to the left. Feel that right sit bone tucked to the left side of the mat. Folding to the right. Tracing the horizon with the left hand. As it comes up overhead, curl the fingers in, draw the elbow back. Then reach back, let that bring you up. Feet come parallel, heels turn towards each other, dropping the sit bones, ribs hug together as the hands come together in front of the pelvis. Trace the line up through the middle. Feeling your heart energy radiating as you open out. We'll turn the right foot in, left foot out, so we're back to warrior two. Left palm turns up, reverse warrior. Folding to side angle to the left. Right palm faces the floor, inhale, reach overhead. Curl the fingers in, drawing the elbow back. And then framing the left foot, both hands come down. Stepping back, either coming to the knees or taking your full chaturanga. Inhale, open to your back bend. Relaxing the face. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Feeling the heels melting towards the earth, the head bowing to the heart. And we'll take it the other way now, so we'll begin by lifting the left leg. Let the toes spread, bringing the knee towards your nose, shifting forward, plant the foot. Right foot comes down, arch align with the left heel. Feel as if you're pushing the mat apart with the feet. And windmilling the right arm up and out to bring you to your warrior two. Maybe sink into that left knee just a little more. Turn left palm up, reverse warrior. Take your time, breathe. Feel yourself rooted through your feet. Folding to the left. Elbow on top or on the inside of the leg. Right palm facing the floor as it comes up overhead. Curl the fingers in, draw the elbow back. Reach back with the right hand to bring you up. Feet come parallel, then heels turn in towards each other. Drop the sit bones as you open the knees. Palms come together. Feel the ribs hug together. Breathe in, open your upper back. Feeling the back of the heart, and then opening out. Turning the left foot in, right foot out. Sink into that right knee. Push the mat apart with your feet. Right palm turns up. Reverse warrior. Take your time. Feel the movement of your heart as you fold to the left. Feel the exhale take you to the right. Opening the left side of the heart as that hand sweeps in front of you. Curling the fingers in. Press down with the right elbow. And draw the left elbow back. We'll frame the right foot, both hands coming to the mat. Right foot meets left. Sit bones tuck under and forward to lower down. Let the breath in open you into your back bend. Active quads if you're an up dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog with the heels sinking towards the earth. Head releasing, gazing at the navel. Armpits and sit bones hug towards each other. One more time around here, letting the left leg float up. Toes spread, active feet. Knee to nose. Shifting forward, plant that foot. Right foot landing, arch in line with the left heel. Right arm sweeps you up. Opening outward as you sink into your warrior two. Pushing the mat apart with your feet. Left palm turns up. Reverse warrior. Take your time. Feeling that left sit bone spiraling to the right side. Folding to the left. Elbow on top of the leg or on the inside thigh. And right palm facing the floor. Reaching up overhead. Curling the fingers in. Draw the elbow back. Opening the collarbones. And reaching back with the right hand to come up. Feet come parallel. Then you come into that turnout as you sink into your squat. Feel the sit bones and the tailbone rooting down. Hands come together. As you reach forward, feel your shoulder blades spread apart, opening the back of the heart. Then turning right foot out, left foot in, opening into your warrior two. Right palm turns up, reverse warrior. Folding to the right, exhaling. Left palm facing the floor. Let that arm come up overhead. Curl the fingers in. Draw the elbow down. Keep rolling the right sit bone to the left. And then both hands frame the right foot. Stepping to the knees or to your plank. Shifting forward, elbows close in as you lower. Breath in as you find your back bend. If you're an up dog, push into the feet. Active quads, active sit bones. And coming into downward facing dog. Heels connecting to the earth, head bowing. Sit bones, armpits pressing towards each other, letting the breath empty out. And your choice, you can walk your feet to your hands or take a float. And we'll bend the knees as the big toes touch, little distance in the heels, coming into a chair pose. So feel the sit bones, tailbone connecting to the earth. As the arms come forward and up, press the armpits forward and up. Sit bones drop a little more. Throat gently presses forward to lift the chin, relax your face. And then we'll come to standing. Just bringing the palms together at the heart. Feel yourself grounded through your feet. Feel the beat of your heart, maybe under your thumbs. Feeling some spaciousness around the back of the heart. Beautiful. So now we'll come back to our chair pose. Bending knees, dropping the sit bones. Arms come forward and up. Armpits press forward and up. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Maybe you're able to shift to your toes a little bit, activating, supporting your knees. And exhale, take a fold. Let the hands come just about level with your heels. Shifting your weight to your left foot, let the right leg lift. Taking a pretty good sized step back for a low lunge. Let the hips drop down, sit bones tuck under so you feel your core kind of pull up to your navel without any effort. And maybe you keep the left hand on the outside of the left foot, or you can bring the elbow to the knee like we had during our little vinyasa before. Let the sit bones tuck under and drop a little bit. And then we'll take that right heel down, arch aligned with the left heel. Reach the right arm forward and up. So we're just a little bit deeper in this side angle. Feel the left sit bone press towards the right side of the mat. The right sit bone presses back towards your right heel. And then just feel into where you want to collapse around your heart. Just let your breath move from your belly all the way into that tight corner there around your heart. Right hand comes down. Lift the right heel. Maybe step in a little bit, tucking the sit bones down and forward. To come up into a lunge, you can bring your palms together. And feel the head, shoulders, and hips over each other. So if you find you're leaning forward a little bit, see if you can roll the sit bones down a little to help the shoulders come over the hips without that left quad firing up too much. And then we'll take the arms up. Breath in. Press the armpits forward and up. Ribs hug together. Breathe. Beautiful. Now we'll turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows so your fingertips are pointing towards your neck. Press the armpits forward and elbows forward. Sit bones tuck under, almost like you're trying to come into a cat pose. Then relax the belly, feel the navel rotate to the left, and the ribs and the chest. And then maybe open the arms. Can stay there or bring the fingertips back in. Come down to the right knee. And in this low lunge position, you can take the right hand to the outside of the left knee, and left arm can wrap around you. Or if you want to go deeper still, let the left knee fold to the right. And as you fold, right armpit comes to the outside of the left knee, right fingertips come to the floor. You can stay right there and reach the left arm overhead, or you can lift the right knee and reach the left arm overhead. Feel the navel rotating a little more to the left. Gently gripping the floor with your left toes. Then let both hands frame the left foot. So if you're in that high lunge, maybe come center and then bring the hands down. And we'll step back, left foot meeting right. Moving through your vinyasa from there. Sit bones tucking forward and under as you lower down. Breath in, lifting to your back bend, whether you stay in cobra or you come into up dog. Gently coming to down dog. And releasing the neck and the jaw. And then we'll take the feet to the hands. You might walk them forward. You might take the float. Just feel what feels right for you. Big toes coming together, heels slightly apart. Find your way to your chair. Sit bones, tailbone, connect to the earth. Arms come forward and up. Armpits press forward and up. Front ribs hug together. So a lot of times when we're in these back bending positions, we tend to tilt the hips back, which then pulls the ribs down in the back, kind of collapsing the back of the lungs and the back of the heart. So see if you can feel the ribs hug together and the sit bones drop down a little more, and see if you find a little more space for your lungs to open and giving that spaciousness to the back of the heart as well. And then taking the bow, hands next to the heels, shifting to your right foot, left leg lifts. Gently landing that foot. Again, right hand might stay on the outside of the foot, or elbow can come on top of the thigh. Letting the left foot ground with that arch align with the right heel. Feel the right sit bone rotate under towards the left. And it's almost as if you're trying to take your right heel to the left side of the mat. And then left arm reaches overhead towards the top of the mat. Breathe here. Feel the ribs hug together. And just feel into the heart. Where does the heart feel like it needs to collapse? Just feel your breath washing over it like a healing ointment, soothing the heart, tender parts. And releasing the left hand. lift the left heel. Maybe step in a little bit so that as you drop the sit bones down and under, that brings you up to standing. And you can bring the palms together at the heart. Let the sit bones drop down, ribs hug together. Then the arms can come up. Breathe. Just noticing the sides of your heart. Then we'll turn the palms up. Let the elbows bend. Press the elbows and armpits forward. Maybe the sit bones tuck under a little more too. Then rotating from the navel to the right, ribs and chest to the right, and opening your arms. You can stay right here, or bring the hands back in. Come down to the left knee. Let the right knee fold in. And either left hand to the outside of the right knee and right arm wraps around. Or left armpit to the outside of the knee, those fingertips to the floor. And right arm reaches overhead. Stay there if you choose. Or lift the left knee. Breathe. Feel the navel rotating, then the ribs and the chest. Notice if the ribs are wanting to puff out on the front body. Just hug them in a little bit. And then take your time. We'll all come to frame the right foot. And stepping back. Give yourself a moment in plank. Feel your strength, your power. The sit bones tucking forward and under. Gaze outward. Then feel into moving through your vinyasa. Letting your breath guide you. And then we'll come into downward facing dog with the neck and the head releasing. And then we'll bring feet to hands again. Your choice to walk or take the float. Breathe in. Feel the sit bones tuck under as you lift to a flat back. Folding. We'll come to chair pose. Big toes together. Sit bones drop down and under. Arms come forward and up. Armpits press forward and up. And breathe here. Then coming to standing, let the palms come together in front of the heart. Feel your weight shift towards your toes. And just feel that activate the quads and the shins to support your knees. Nice. So now we're going to take a good sized step back with the right foot. Turning to face the side of the mat. Let the heels turn in towards each other. And you want your knees lined up with the big toe or second toe. So if your knees are further in of your feet, maybe just turn your feet forward just a little bit so that you can find that alignment. Feel the sit bones drop down, the tailbone drops down, and the front ribs hug together. And we'll interlace the fingers, press the palms forward so that you feel your upper back opening. So I'll give you the side view. It's like a cat pose in a standing position. And then gently relaxing the belly to slowly come forward without the sit bones pointing back. Okay. So you want to keep dropping the sit bones down as you fold rather than tilting the hips back and folding that way, because we want to get some stretch and openness in the lower back as well as the back of the heart. Little chin tuck towards your throat, so you're not pushing the head towards the floor and stressing the neck, but you feel that openness in the back of the neck, releasing any tension, any old stuck energy in the back of the brain. Then we'll press the palms forward, slowly lift. Feel the sit bones drop down. Press the armpits forward and up. Feel a little gripping of the toes just to help the knees open a little bit. We'll fold to the right by opening the left side. So feel the navel move over to the left. then the ribs and the chest. Then the left armpit goes up and slightly forward. Feel that fold you to the right. Checking in with your knees, make sure they're level and that your hips are level. You're not suddenly dropping one hip. Inhale to come back to the middle. Press the armpits forward and up. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Then tuck the chin. Feel the navel now move to the right. Then the ribs to the right, chest to the right, shoulder to the right, and forward. Spiraling the knees open. Feel that opening of the right side taking you into a bend on the left side. Opening the right side of the heart with your breath. Inhale, back to the middle. We'll drop the arms a little bit. Press the armpits forward. And sit bones tuck under. Then release the hands. Take them behind the lower back to interlace. And reach the knuckles down. So you want to feel this pulling down with the hands. And if you just want to take one wrist with your opposite hand, you can do that too. Where you want to avoid going is the hips tilting back and coming into this kind of back bend. So keep dropping the sit bones down and under. Just stretching the shoulders out of the ears so you get this stretch through the upper neck, upper shoulders and lower neck. And then gently releasing the hands. And you can let the hands slide down the legs toward your ankles. And again, as you're folding forward, make sure the sit bones are dropping down and not tilting back towards the wall behind you, but you're pointing towards the floor. And you can release the neck, maybe turn the heels apart and take a deeper fold. You can hold the legs or let your hands come to the floor. And if you feel open enough for it today, you can keep the chin tucked to the throat and bring the back of your head onto the mat. This can be very soothing to the brain, but if you don't feel balanced here, maybe don't come all the way down. Just feel where you can be steady. You're not worried about falling on your head or injuring your neck. And then gently lifting the heart. If you have holds of the legs, you can bring your hands to the floor. And here's where you can use a block if you need to. Walk the hands basically under the head and press the sit bones down. Right hand comes right under your face. And you can even turn those fingers to the left a little bit. Now notice how the hips want to shift. Keep them level as best you can and relax the belly. Rotate the navel to the left and the ribs and the chest. Reaching the left hand up. Dropping the left sit bone down and forward. And then releasing to change hands. Left hand comes under the face. Sit bones drop down, hips level. Relax the belly. Feel the navel rotate to the right. Ribs and chest. The right arm reaching up. And for your neck, you can just look down at the left hand. Or if you want to work the neck, you can look up at the right hand. Again, notice if the hips are shifting to the right. Drop the right sit bone down. Slightly forward toward your left hand. And gently release. Bend both knees. Drop the sit bones. Hands can hold the shins, or you can bring your palms to a prayer and lift to a bit of a flat back. And then we'll walk around to frame the left foot. And your choice, you can step to a down dog and hang out there, or you can move through vinyasa, whatever feels right for you this morning. Feeling into your upper back, into your side ribs, all around the heart. Just feeling where do you feel gripping? Where do you feel tender in the heart? Allow your breath to be that soothing balm. And let the knees bend. You can take the feet to the hands, whether you walk forward or take a float. Big toes come together. And we'll drop the sit bones to slowly come up. Palms together at the heart, shifting your weight towards your toes so you feel your knees nice and supported by your calves, your shin muscles. Then we'll step back with the left leg in that nice wide stance again. The turn out in the feet, knees over big toes or second toes. Sit bones and tailbone drop to the earth. Feel your upper back begin to open as you take the hands in front of you, interlacing the fingers and pressing the palms away from the body. You can tuck the chin slightly. Just feel that nice stretch in the upper back. And let the arms gently lift. Relax the front body. Breathe from the belly to the chest to the throat, letting the throat come forward, the chin can lift. Now feel the navel move to the right, then the ribs move to the right and slightly up, and the chest to the right and slightly up. Press the right armpit forward and feel that fold you to the left, making sure your knees are open evenly, your weight's even on your feet. Inhale back to the middle. Press the armpits forward and up. Sit bones down and under. Then navel to the left. Ribs to the left and up. Chest to the left and up. Left shoulder slightly forward as that opening of the left side folds the right side. Spiraling both knees open. And back to the middle. Releasing the hands. Interlace them behind you, reaching down. Again, just notice if you're wanting to tilt back into this kind of back bend. But feel the sit bones drop down. Lengthen the lower back so you find the space between the base of your rib cage and your pelvis. Feel that pull the shoulders out of the ears. And maybe just gently grip the floor with your toes. Then release the hands. Keep dropping the sit bones down as you fold. Then the hands either keep holding the legs or hands come to the floor. Heels come apart. And just gently shifting your weight more and more towards your toes to take you into the fold. So it's not so much about the hips trying to push back and up as it is about your weight shifting towards your toes that releases you into that forward bend. And if, again, you can rest the back of the head on the floor if you choose. Maybe the hands can walk back, fingers facing away from your face. Again, no stress. You want to find a place where you can relax, and that might mean just holding the legs and let yourself hang. Then release the hands under the face as you lift to a flat back. Keep pressing the sit bones toward your hands. Let the left hand come under the face, turning the fingers to the right. Relax, reach the navel to the right and up. Ribs and chest open to the right. And then changing hands. Keeping the hips as level as you can as you move through this rotation. So it's just a relaxation in the belly and a gentle pressing with the right hand that rotates you open. Feel the left sit bone drop down and slightly forward. Then releasing, left hand, and bend the right knee, come around to the front. And you can move through a vinyasa if you like. We're going to come all the way to the belly. And let the hands lift as if you're holding a tennis ball in the palms of your hands. So you come on the tips of the fingers. Bring the tips of the fingers just off your mat, about level with the shoulders. Press the toenails into the floor. Press the pubic bone down into the floor. Tuck the chin slightly. Feel your ribs hug together just a little bit. And pull the armpits back towards your hips. And that will start to take you off the floor with the heart. Then let the throat come forward towards the top of the mat. The chin can lift with relaxed face. Maybe let the jaw hang open. You can even bring the tip of the tongue to the bottom of the teeth. And just gently press the middle of the tongue forward. And then relaxing down. Little chin tuck. And we'll take the left arm under the forehead. And let the right arm relax next to the body. Bend the right knee. Now notice what that does to the lower back. So for me, that tends to lift my lower back off the floor. So I want to feel my pubic bone press down to help me stay long there and not collapse the back of the ribs. Then reach around to take the right foot. Once you have the foot, just gently pulling that foot in towards your hip, but resisting with the foot. Then inhale, push the foot back, let that lift the chest, and you can keep your left hand on your head like you're saluting, or you can keep the forearm on the floor. If you have the forearm on the floor, press that armpit down and back towards your hips. Then the left leg might come up. Relax the face. Exhale, release down, changing sides. So right hand can be under the forehead. Feel the pubic bone gently pressing into the mat to lengthen the lower back. Notice if the ribs are already trying to splay open and there's tension in the lower back. Just feel the ribs hug together. And bend the left knee. Take hold of the foot with the left hand. Drawing that heel in towards the hip, pressing the pubic bone down. And then pushing the foot back. Let that lift the chest. And maybe right hand stays on the forehead or the forearm presses into the mat with the armpit pressing back towards your hips. Right leg comes up. Gently releasing. We'll bring the hands behind the lower back to interlace. Reach back for your heels with your knuckles. You can also just grab the back of your waistband. That feels better to you this morning. Press down with the pubic bone. And let the breath lift the heart. Shoulders come out of the ears by reaching the knuckles back. Let the throat come towards the top of the mat. The chin lifts. And then the legs come up. Roll the thighs in towards each other. Relax the face and breathe. If you're having trouble breathing, maybe bring the head down a little bit. And gently relaxing. You can turn your head for a moment and either keep your hands next to your body or use them as a pillow. And then from here, we'll extend the left arm overhead, roll onto your side, and then make your way onto your back. Letting the feet come flat to the floor with the knees bent. We'll bring the hands together over the chest, reaching for the ceiling. Open the back of the heart and the sides of the heart. Just allow yourself to feel what's there. Then slight tuck of the chin as you press the back of the head into the floor. Flatten the lower back into the mat. Welcome to just stay right here. Just allowing your breath to explore those tender or tight places in the heart. Allowing the breath to be soothing. If you want to go the next step, let the hands come next to the hips. Extend the feet up. Pressing down with the hands to lift the hips. And then catching the hips with your hands, fingers facing the ceiling. Elbows aligned with your shoulders. Feel free to continue right here. You could also just have the legs straight up with the lower back on the floor as well. You want to go deeper still, let the hands come down, lift a little higher, walking the hands a little closer to your ribs, and then pushing the feet away from your head. Toes spread. Now let your hands come down to the hips again, so the hips drop a little bit. Maybe bend the knees and start to bring the legs overhead, or you can keep the legs straight. Just notice what happens in your core and your lower back. You want to feel supported there. So if the legs are straight and you're not feeling so good in your lower back, just bend the knees and feel for the floor with your toes. If you don't touch the floor, just keep your hands on the lower back. If you do touch the floor, your hands might come to your feet or your calves. And if you're still resting your lower back on the floor and you have the knees bent, just keep breathing there. Now, just staying for a couple more breaths here in this plow position. Just notice where there's collapsing around the heart. For me, I'm feeling it in the bottom of the heart. So I'm going to allow the breath to deepen a little bit. Allow the diaphragm to give a little more space to the heart. And also relaxing the tongue can help as well. And slowly take your time to come down. Really feel each vertebra, especially the vertebra that support the spine, the heart spine, if you will. And then letting the lower back gently land. And you can either keep the legs straight up or bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor, but let the lower back gently press into the mat. The hands can stay next to your hips or they can come together over the heart. Feel the shoulder blades just slightly lift if you have the hands together. And then feel the pubic bone lift. Feel the pelvis and then the lower back, middle, upper back come up. As you come into your bridge pose, imagine you're trying to push your heels apart. And feel your weight shift a little bit towards your feet. If you have the hands together, just keep lifting the shoulder blades off the floor. But breathe into the heart. The hands are down. Just feel the chest starting to telescope towards your chin. And let your breath move from your belly up towards your heart. Fill with your breath. Let it soothe you. Let it be that healing balm. Slowly coming down. Then we'll bring the knees over the pelvis. Hands on the knees or the shins. Just a gentle press of the knees against the hands. And then can allow the feet to come down. Maybe you let the knees open and bring the soles of the feet together, if that feels good to you. Or just extend the legs into Shavasana. You can turn the palms open towards the sky, feeling the shoulder blades snuggle under you. Or if you're feeling really tender in your heart today, just let your hands soothe your heart. And just allow the body to let go. Allow yourself to feel all that you're feeling. Allow that energy to flow. These times feel like a time where we're all being tenderized in our heart, where our eyes are being open to what we couldn't see before. And that's touching us so deeply in the heart, touching those parts of the heart that might feel pain, but allowing that to be healing, a releasing, a cleansing. And any tears that might fall, feel them soothing and healing your heart. Feeling any anger, and just see that transforming to the flaming heart, the sacred heart. Allowing that anger to transform to compassion, to ignite the inner light that you are. And continuing to rest here in Shavasana as long as you need. There's absolutely no need to rush and come out of it if you feel that you just need to be here for a bit. But when you do feel ready to come up, just feel your breath deepen from the pelvis into the belly, into the lower ribs, and upper back, all the way to the collarbones. And then feel that breath empty from the belly, from the ribs, from the collarbones. And rolling onto your side. Let your hands be your guide to bringing you up to a seat. And just again, you're welcome to bring your hands onto the heart or bring them into prayer, letting your head bow to your heart. And just again, being present to any tenderness, any tightness, any fiery energy. And just allow that to be there, presenced by your conscious awareness. And allow an Om to come from that place. Taking a deep, wide breath in. I thank you so much for taking time for yourself today. Namaste. If you enjoyed this practice, give me a thumbs up. Please feel free to leave a comment or a question and subscribe to our channel.